Hi there, friends, enemies, frenemies, and just for the record, friends and subscribers we call Anthonites. Alright, Anthonites, today we're talking about HSAs, aka Health Savings Accounts. Health savings accounts are super important because they are triple tax advantaged accounts. It saves you on income tax. It combines all of the advantages of a Roth IRA or traditional IRA, and it allows your funds to grow tax-free. Also, distributions for qualified things are not taxed. So if you take money out to take care of something health-related, boom, no tax. That's not just a free lunch. That's like 3 free lunches. So essentially, in a certain way, it's kind of like a retirement account that you can actually pull money out of for a very specific kind of reason and not have to worry about tax. So there's a good chance that some of you may have either had what you thought was an HSA or had a friend or family member who had something that they either called an HSA or thought was an HSA. And you may have heard some things like you have to spend all of the money by the end of the year or by some date. Well, that's actually what's called an FSA or a flexible spending account, and they're a little bit different. An HSA is often confused with an FSA. Here's the main difference that you need to know for now. An HSA is an investment that grows with time and the money does not expire. However, with an FSA, it does have a date that it needs to be spent by. There are other small differences, but that's the big important one that has to do with this video. Remember when we talked about emergency funds? Well, an HSA can actually be a part of your overall emergency fund. An HSA can also be used as a retirement account, allowing you to pull money out after 65. Just keep in mind that when you pull money out as part of a retirement, those funds will be taxed. And if you wait until 65, there is no penalty for withdrawing, other than tax, of course. This whole business of being able to use an HSA as a retirement account or as part of a retirement plan is kind of a fallback though, because others will allow you to start withdrawing at 59 and a half years old. An HSA can pay Medicare premiums as well as COBRA. Also, similar to other retirement style accounts, an HSA will allow you to do catch-up contributions. Unfortunately, kids cannot have their own HSA, because to be eligible, you can't be a dependent on someone else's taxes. I'm looking at you, college kids, and you bunch of freeloading, diaper-wearing infants. But seriously, if you're in college and your parents have an HSA, that money in that HSA can be used for you as long as you're dependent on their taxes. Okay, so what if I want to have more than one HSA? Is that possible? Can you do that? As a matter of fact, yes, you can, and many people do. Though the reasons vary. Sometimes a common one is that, let's say an employer has some sort of matching or some sort of program through them. You may also want to have something on your own books or, that is contributed not through your employer. Okay, so can someone contribute to my HSA for me? As a matter of fact, yes. Your parents, your children, your aunts, your uncles, or that guy down there at Billy's Bait Shop can actually contribute towards your HSA. Just keep in mind, when it comes to tax deductions, the person who owns the account gets the deduction. So let's imagine that you already went and broke your face or something. Can you go ahead and put money into an HSA right now to be used for getting your face fixed or what have you? Absolutely, yes. You do you, boo-boo. Even if it's a medical expense that happened yesterday, last week, whatever, you can put money into this account and you can use that account to pay for that medical expense, and it's all tax-free. Okay, so I have a question. Can I use my HSA to pay for fees having to do with my HSA? See, now those are the kind of questions I like. Absolutely! It's a health savings account. And yes, you can use the money from your HSA to pay for fees having to do with your HSA. Okay, so I'm totally reading you here. I think I'm getting it. But when I get medical care that I pay for myself with my HSA, should I go ahead and give the person my insurance card even though I'm paying for it myself? Yes, actually. So your insurance may qualify you for discounts that you wouldn't get if you were paying for yourself. And also it helps your insurance do things like keeping track of your deductibles, co-pays, and all of that other stuff. All right, smart guy. What if I wanted to use this as somewhat of an oh crap fund? Well, theoretically, you could go ahead and keep all of the receipts for buying things like Band-Aids and other, health-related things that are covered, and then you could turn those all in at once and basically get a payout for it. So what all is covered with an HSA? That's a great question that we will answer in a future video, or if that video has already come out, maybe there's a card on screen or something, I don't know. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Michael Scheissel, who's been supporting me on Patreon since the day I opened it. Thank you, Michael. You're a legend. Also, I'd like to thank the editor of this video, Krysis. Krysis, you're amazing, and I'm hoping that people follow the link in the description to go check out your Twitch channel. Krysis is one of the few channels or streaming channels that that I follow on Twitch, and he's pretty cool. He plays FPS games, and he's just check him out. He's cool. I'd also like to remind you that if you're going to make an Amazon purchase anyway, link in the description to my Amazon affiliate link. If you click that, I may get a penny or a couple of pennies, or who knows. Using that Amazon affiliate link will help me make a little bit of a commission from qualifying purchases. So this HSA thing sounds pretty awesome, but what are the limitations on such a thing? I'm glad you asked. So there are some limitations. For instance, you cannot be a dependent on someone else's taxes, and you can't be a total douche nozzle. All right, I totally made that up. If you want to be a douche nozzle, you could totally have an HSA, but I mean, generally speaking, don't be a douche nozzle. And if you'd like to find out more about what HSAs cover, be sure to keep an eye on this channel, because I will be releasing a video about all of the cool, awesome, and just downright weird things that an HSA can cover. Look, when I say weird, I don't necessarily mean in a bad way. I just kind of mean like, maybe it's some stuff that you might not have even thought about. So, it's something that might catch you off guard. And right now, I'm sure that Krysis is absolutely hating me, because this whole two-camera business is probably a giant pain in the butt. So, Krysis, what do you think? Is this the new format? I don't know. So, that's about it. This is an account that can be used as everything from paying for medical expenses to a potential backup retirement. The funds never deplete. You can use them anytime. Remember, that's the big difference between an HSA and an FSA. But anyways, that's all my opinion. And let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Have you ever looked at one of these accounts? Do you know of any other accounts that you would like to talk about that are tax advantaged? For instance, this one is actually 3 times tax advantaged. So it helps you keep more of your money in your pocket, and whatever you don't use, you just take out at 65. And the good news is there, when you're retired, you're probably not making nearly as much money as you are now, so big win. I hope that this video has been helpful for you. If it has, let us know in the comment section down below. Till next time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all those things that absolutely, positively make me love my job. Also, be awesome to yourself and amazing to each other. Also, give me some notes on the audio of this video. It's being done a little bit differently than other videos in the past, so yeah. Welcome to the end card zone. The zone where you should click on something on the screen. And now we're gonna go to freeze frame until the end card is over.